factor was temperature. So let's focus on the second factor, temperature. So effect of temperature on solubility. So it is also categorized into three categories. First is those whose solubility increases continuously with increase in temperature. So there are substances whose solubility, when they are put into the solution, their solubility increases when the temperature is increased. So what are the examples of such types of substance? So these are sodium nitrate NaNO3, potassium nitrate KNO3, NaCl, KCl, etc. Because all such substance process of dissolution is endothermic. Endothermic, everyone know what is endothermic, means we have to give the heat to have the process go on or to have the process proceed. So solute plus solvent plus heat will give you the solution. So these are the example of endothermic reaction. In these types of substance, solid substance, when they get dissolved, you need to give the increase the temperature. So if the temperature increases, their solubility increases. Now we will applying the Le Chatelier's principle. As temperature increases, equilibrium shifts towards direction where heat is absorbed. So we have studied one more chapter in the past, in 11th, equilibrium. So in equilibrium we have studied about the Le Chatelier's principle. What is the effect of temperature on the equilibrium? So it is said that if the temperature is increased, equilibrium shifts towards direction where heat is absorbed. So where we are absorbing the heat. So heat is absorbing towards the solution, means the solution is absorbing the heat. Solute and solvent are absorbing the heat to give solution. So therefore it is said that equilibrium shift towards direction where heat is absorbed, that is in forward direction, means more and more product will be formed, and more product formed, more and more reactant falls, means more and more reactants reacts. So keep in mind, if the temperature is increased, equilibrium shifts towards forward direction where heat is getting absorbed. So heat is getting absorbed in the dissolution of solute and solvent to get the solution. Thus whose solubility, second case is those whose solubility decreases continuously with increase in temperature. Now second case is the substance whose solubility decreases when the temperature increases. What are they? So they are cesium sulfate, Ce2SO4, lithium carbonate, Li2CO3, sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, dot H2O, whose solubility decreases with increase of temperature. So this substance solubility, when they get soluble in the solution, in the solvent, their solubility decreases. So due to the process of dissolution of this substance is exothermic. Why? The dissolution of this substance is exothermic. No heat is required. They are already releasing the heat. So if the temperature is increased, the process gets reversed. So therefore, in this process, solute plus solvent, heat is itself produced. No heat is required. We should not need to give the heat. That sign is shown. I think it is not correct here. So solute plus solvent gives solution plus heat. So that is the correct equation. And keep in mind, so when the solubility decreases continuously, if we increase the temperature, already the temperature is given by the solute plus solvent at the end. If we increase the temperature, the process gets reversed, and increase in temperature do not favors the solubility, but solubility of this substance in the solution decreases. Now we have third third case, those substance whose solubility does not increases or decreases continuously. So there are some substance with increase or decrease in temperature, their solubility does not increases or decreases continuously. Little bit it increases or decreases, but continuously it does not happen. So what are the examples of such substance? So these are alpha to beta form of ammonium nitrate. Next is calcium chloride dot 6H2, calcium chloride converting to 4H2, calcium chloride dot 2H2. So these all are the crystals of calcium carbonate having different amounts of molecules of H2O. So 6H2O CaCl2, 4H2O CaCl2, or 2H2O CaCl2. Same way sodium sulfate dot 10H2O and sodium sulfate. For example, in case of sodium sulfate, solubility first increases up to 32.4 degrees Celsius and then begin to decrease. So in case of sodium sulfate, the things changes. First it increases, solubility first increases with increase in temperature till this temperature and then decreases. So the temperature at which one form of substance changes to another is called transition temperature. So one form of substance means sodium sulfate dot 10H2O is here. So that is one form of substance. It changes to another substance called sodium sulfate, not having any H2O crystal. So that is another substance that is in crystalline form. This one is in powdered form. So they are two different substance. So above temperature 32.4 degrees Celsius it changes to Na2SO4, but below 32.4 degrees Celsius it remains to Na2SO4.10H2. So that is the impact of temperature. Above it the water crystals get evaporated, they get destroyed, therefore it happens. So there is the curve which shows the continuation solubility curve of different substances over here. So that is the solubility gram per 100 gram of water, and this one is the temperature. So you can see for cesium sulfate with increase in temperature the curve is decreasing. That is even given in your book. For potassium chloride it is increasing. For sodium chloride it increases gradually. For sodium nitrate it is increasing. For potassium nitrate it is increasing. So for different substances the curve of solubility is different, and this shows the continuity solubility curves. Continuity solubility curve means they are increasing. They are either increasing continuously or they are decreasing. That is not like the third case where it is decreasing sometime increasing. Now we are going to see the discontinuous solubility curve for the third case. So we have the third case in front of you. Which shows the solubility curve, the uncontinuous solubility curve. So see here the solubility gram per 100 gram of water, then the temperature is here at the bottom which is shown. Here we are seeing sodium sulfate dot 10H2O, first increases then stop, then it started decreasing, and it changes again to sodium sulfate. So they are not continuous curve, but they are discontinuous, therefore it is called discontinuous solubility curve. Same case happens with the calcium chloride dot 6H2, increases, stop, then again increases CaCl2 dot 4H2O, stop, then again increase CaCl2 dot 2H2. So what we are seeing, they are not continuous but they are discontinuous. So these types of substances shows solubility with increase or decrease in temperature, discontinuous solubility curve. Same thing happens with the alpha ammonium nitrate and beta ammonium nitrate. So the curve which you have shown is of which type? So this is a discontinuous solubility curve. When solubilities are plotted against temperature, the curve obtained are called solubility curve. So what is solubility curve? When solubilities are plotted against temperature, the curve obtained is called solubility curve. Now we have the next topic, that is the solution of gas in liquid. First we have seen the solution of or the solubility of solid in liquid. Now we are going to see the solution or solubility of gas in liquid. All gases are soluble, some even in solvent like alcohol and benzene, C2H5OH, C6H6, like C6H6, they get dissolved there also. The solubility of any gas in a particular liquid is the volume of gas in cc, cubic centimeter, converted to S3P, that can dissolve in unit volume of liquid to form saturated solution at the temperature of experiment and under a pressure of 1 atm. So what is solubility of any gas at particular liquid? So solubility of gas at any gas at particular liquid is what? Is the volume of gas. In which unit? In cc, that dissolve in unit volume. Unit volume means 1 cc of liquid. So how much gas is dissolving? So volume of gas in cc is getting dissolved in unit volume, that is 1 cc of liquid, to form which type of solution? Saturated solution at the temperature of experiment, means the temperature which we have taken and under a pressure of 1 atm. So this condition of temperature and pressure exists at STP, and STP we know what is the temperature. So STP temperature is 273, temperature is 716 nmm or 1 atm in unit of atm. Now again here also the different factors which we have seen in the solubility in liquid, same things happen in the solubility of gas in liquid. So here we have factors affecting the solubility of gas in liquid. So first one is nature of gas and solvent. So again gases like H2O2 N2 dissolve in water to very small extent. Why? Because H2O2 and N2 are non-polar molecules, they are covalent. But gases like CO2, HCl and H3, as they are polar covalent molecules, are high. So we are going to see the same thing, factors affecting the solubility of gas in liquid. First one is the nature of gas. So same H2O2 and N2 dissolve in water very small. Why? Because H2O2 and N2 are non-polar. But gases like CO2, HCl and H3 are highly soluble in water. Why? Because CO2, HCl and H3 are polar covalent molecules. Because of their reaction with solvent, are highly soluble because of their reaction with solvent. So these gases like H2O2 and N2 are very small soluble in solvent, while CO2, HCl and H3 are highly soluble in water because their reaction with solvent, because they are doing reaction with the solvent. Again O2 and N2 are much soluble in ethyl alcohol. Why? Because O2 and N2 are non-polar, ethyl alcohol is also non-polar. Then in water at same temperature and pressure, while H2S and H3 are more soluble in water than in C2H5OH. Why? Because H2 and H3, H2S and H3 are more soluble because polar and water